Welcome back to ASM Sakai, and today we're excited once again to talk about 1071 that just released yesterday. It was Gear 5 Day, and we did watch it together. We liked it, but after rewatching it, some may have a different opinion. So like and subscribe, and we're going to get into it with the someone who gave it a 10, and now his new rating is...
It's a 9.
Okay, fair.
It's a 9.
That's fair.
It's not a major drop, but when I rewatched it, there were a couple of things that stood out a bit. You know the energy ball that Kaido threw at Luffy?
Yeah.
I wasn't able to make much out of it. Like the wall that Luffy picked up, the ground that he picked up, like it was very it wasn't clear.
Well, there's a reason for that, because you're doing Looney Tune-ish. You're doing Toon Force.
No, I'm not talking about Looney Tune-ish. It wasn't, like, as in the animation wasn't clean in that part. I couldn't make out what was happening.
I can agree, but then they're trying to... So what I was noticing when rewatching it, there were so many different editors, animators at the same time, because you're trying to make sure you give that... Like, there's a part where Kaido is looking the 3D anime, because there's different types of animes. The 3D anime, then there's like the cartoonish, but it's like lazy type of anime, action anime, which is like Demon Slayer, which is very fast, visual driven. With One Piece, what it was trying to do is it was going back and forth. It was showing cartoon aspects and having anime together blended. So there's areas in the background when you're looking at it, you see only Luffy being animated, and whatever he's touching, that is only being cartooned, but everything around is anime. So when the fireball came, that's an anime fireball hitting a cartoon trampoline and getting it, mixed. And then he went fire back, and that's why it hit Kaido.
No, it wasn't clean for me.
That's fine.
I saw it again, and I understand the whole cartoonish vibe to it and how anime is hybriding. It's a hybrid of anime and cartoon. I get all that. It's Toon Force, right? That's what they're calling it. I saw it again. Some parts weren't as clean, but 9 is the best rating that I've given so far. So
no, 9 is a great rating from you.
Yeah, and next week, that's what people are saying. Next week is like all hype, like
yeah, because we got rid of that fucking bullshit.
Mm-hmm. The extra shit that's not needed. Keep it anime driven, But other than that.
It was pulled from the manga panel where Hiyori was there in this chapter. For some reason, Oda kept this in there. So it's not like it was added on.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let me ask you this. Did the episode live up to the hype?
I think so. I definitely think it lived up to the hype and more. What
about you, Moto?
Yeah, I'll say, yeah, you lived up to the hype. To be honest, like, I think it was doing so much. There was so much going on. To be honest, that's what made me like the music. We haven't even talked about, which was fantastic. By the way, the mix of the old songs and the new drum liberation beat going at the same time. I thought that was epic. I thought the animation was exceptional. Like you watch, even watch like the modern anime, like. For me, like there's a lot of basic animation. Most of the time, it's just one character being movement, and one thing that's being moving. And the better animation has a little bit more environmental animation and the main character. Like what we saw last night, like it looked like there's so many, like just I don't know how many layers were happening. Like I don't know, somebody was doing the whole environment, rubber effect, while somebody's doing the Luffy effect. Or someone's in the Kaido effect. Like there was so much shit going on that like it was, to me, it was mind blowing in that sense. And I guess my only wish was like it was longer. That's what I usually rate pretty high. Is when the only issue is 10 and didn't add anything new per se. The part where I can, it's the same complaint people manga readers had, by the way, which was the backstory of Momonosuke's sister, Hiyori. Yep. Yeah, everybody was like, I wish this was just full Luffy chapter. It's like this whole announcement and stuff like that. So But no, I haven't had a chance to watch it. I came back late, took off. I just got back, so I haven't watched it. So I need to watch it again.
And that's one of the reasons why I took 1 point away and I gave it a 9 now, because I was watching it and I'm like, this should have been a Luffy episode completely.
I think so too, to be honest with you.
And the fact that they added backstory also, like backstory
I
of an
mean, it's
episode
not.
that good.
It's not they added it. That was most definitely Oda, right? Like that he wrote that in there. It's in the chapter, so
But
like it's not like they added.
and it's not like 100 episodes ago. It was episode 1070, man. You added
Oh,
shit
yeah,
from
the
episode
flashbacks. Yeah, the
1070.
flashbacks. I agree.
Like
Oh, the
I
flashback.
agree.
Yeah, I get
like
you. I get you.
we don't need flashback of an episode that happened last week. If it was something that was like 50 episodes ago, I get it. This is
No,
like
I'm with
one
you
fucking
100%.
week.
You
Like
guys remember that from the Hunter x Hunter? It was the last episode of the Ant arc where the king passes away. That's what they
Chimera
should have
arc.
done. Yeah, Chimera arc. Where it opens up just right off the aftermath. Right? There's no music, intro song, nothing. Just
Yep.
straight there, no flashback, and it just this whole thing at the conclusion.
It's just a fight. It's
Uh,
just a fight.
yeah.
Give us that.
Well, yeah. So it was just. I think they could have done that. That's the whole preview. Not review of last week's. Like, no, that's not necessary.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a waste of time. And then this, what's his name? Mimosuke's sister.
Theory.
Yeah, I mean, again,
I think
overall,
though, like I feel like if they had taken the intro song completely out and it just whole Rufy's like entrance and
yeah,
with the music popping, I think it would have been okay.
I think it would have been better.
Yeah, it was. It would most definitely would have been better. I think. I think that would be the minor tweaking, but the animation for me was like it blew my mind. I was like, I can't believe they're pulling this shit off. Like this is impressive to me.
So I have another question for both of you. Go ahead, Suhail, you were about to say
Yeah,
something.
so one thing you guys have to know about animation, the most hardest animation to animate is making a solid object fluid. So when Luffy was bouncing on the solid object, which is the ground, and when it was fluid, that is so hard to animate on a layer. Like basically you're trying to make that anime and cartoony, because when he was bouncing that one time, which was in like many different frames, and I agree, I knocked it a few points down too. I don't know if I'm gonna say I knocked it a whole 1 point down. I would say maybe like 0.7, because the recap was unnecessary. Too much recaps. Like I completely agree. The here, I'm not gonna knock the full point on it because we saw this in the manga, except the recap. The frames, the extra, like I felt they could have shown more, but they went the Dragon Ball route, which is very annoying. And I don't know if people that love Dragon Ball Z realize when Goku was turning Ultra Instinct, or whenever he has transformed, it is 10 minutes powering up and screaming.
Yeah.
It is legit. That, and you're basically navigating and showing different points of view from their members, family member, be like, Kakarot, Dad. Like you have all this other layers of information, but it's the music that makes the Dragon Ball fans excited. I think One Piece had all that. The reason why we're all knocking the point down, because at the hype, it lived up
I
to
didn't
it.
knock point down.
Well,
I didn't knock the point down.
but rightfully so. Honestly, rightfully so, it deserves, because we should get better. We shouldn't get
Right.
the wasted frames where they spammed the
So-
same fucking thing at least
Yeah,
3
so
times.
I would say like, I guess if you were to be very technical, did it live up to the hype? The answer, I guess, would be no, because you take out all the animes that ever came out, and you said that was good, that was good, that was fantastic,
peak
that's bad,
animation?
let's not do that. Yeah, not just animation, but just kind of learning from all the anime. And if you organize it's for me like I would love to see the full 40-minute episode like you'd get with Demon Slayer seasonally, but it's One Piece, it's bigger, you get it. And these are minor things, like I just want more kind of thing. It's not like a deductible. Like Hunter x Hunter and the closing storytelling of the king, Miriam, that whole episode started with silence, and this one could have been just a drum beat or whatever. I think that would have been more fantastic. I'm okay with the Hiyori backstory, but they kind of do this dragging on part with her. Like it's like we were kind of like, okay, let's
No,
get
the
Should've
that
whole
done.
thing
going.
was
Like,
dragged. The whole thing was
yeah,
Should have
dragged.
done.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
there were three
Like that,
stories that dragged on in this. It was this one.
yeah,
It should have ended in one episode, rightfully so. Number two
yeah.
was the whole Kanjuro,
Oh, that was
fucking,
horrible.
and
They
that
could
the
have
whole
just taken the
vengeance
whole thing
that was
out.
way too long, no fucking reason. And the number three was the ninja battle where they were just still for
Oh yeah.
like those were three pointless things that they should have done prior. I mean, they being Oda, but then again, Oda has a way of playing with these things, and I guess he likes to give the storytelling in a very
Wait, hold
dramatic.
on. Some of those things was added in the anime, just so you know.
Which ones?
So the Kanjuro and what's her name, the fight before the entrance into the castle, that's
Oh,
added on, right? So
okay.
that's what makes it even worse in the anime because you oversaturate it early and you kind of repeat it versus the manga. Just like the final part is where they just do the battle, right? So it gets a little annoying, but I don't want to. I don't know.
I mean, that's one thing I hate about One Piece. And every time there is a fight, right? And I mean a major fight, they always have like these side stories going on at the same time. And that kind of annoys me because even if you look at it is a One Piece. I think it's a One Piece issue. I think
Ooh,
it's a
I would
One
say
Piece
that's
issue. No,
think so.
I think
because
it's
I
an
think
anime
One
issue
Piece
too.
does it. No,
I
because
think
I've
it's a
noticed it. This is like even before we got Gear 5. Anytime there's a major fight, right? Anytime we're like invested in a fight, One Piece brings in these side stories that are going on at the same time, and not just one, multiple side stories because these things are happening at a multiple, like with multiple people at the same time. And One
I feel
Piece
like
does that.
that's I mean that's pretty common for every anime.
No,
It
I mean
feels like.
look at Topo and Vegeta. They got a full episode. Look at Jiren and Goku.
No,
Full
no.
episode.
You're thinking wrong. Dragon Ball is a wrong example. It is not
Attack on
a
Titan.
better.
Attack on Titan.
Better.
Take any fight that Eren Yeager had with anyone, right?
But Attack on
An
Titan is not
episode.
season. Attack on Titan is seasonal. You could do all
But
that,
take
but
Demon Slayer. Take
but
any
But
anime like
but
Tanjiro.
wait, hold on. AOT does too, right?
It's
Remember when let's start with Aaron first of all. Episode 5 is where he gets eaten, and he goes back to Mikasa's flashback,
for 2 episodes.
right? Yeah, for
but
two
that
episodes, like
but that
right? Hold on,
led
let me.
into
But it's also same thing was like why am I forgetting his name?
Armin,
Who's the
Armin.
badass? No, the
Oh,
badass other Mikasa. Why am
Annie.
I forgetting his name? No,
Oh,
other
Levi.
Mikasa. Huh? Levi. Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. I don't know why I forgot Levi. But when Levi was finding
Ackerman.
the
What do you mean
monkey,
other Mikasa?
man.
Ackerman.
Yeah,
Ackerman, bro.
Ackerman.
What do you
Yeah,
mean other
other
Mikasa?
other Mikasa.
The fuck kind of
I'm
shit is
thinking
that?
female. The only other
Other
Mikasa would be Annie.
Annie.
and then it's a fight. Like there was a flashback talking about Levi as being a threat during the fight. I think it's pretty common
But
in like in Demon Slayer, right? You saw the Miss Hashira have flashback throughout the whole fight.
okay, so there are two
Same
ways
thing
of putting
for
flashbacks, right? Like the one of the flashback in Gear 5 was when the admirals were talking about
I
Joy
know what you're
Boy and
talking
how,
about.
right?
I know what you're talking
Now
about. I agree.
Gorosei.
keep in mind when the
Gorosei.
admirals came, they were talking about Joy Boy. We don't want him,
Gorosei.
right? That's
Gorosei.
acceptable. That's acceptable,
Gorosei.
and that's
Yeah.
acceptable because that's telling us, that's hyping it up that Joy Boy is something that we don't want to see in this world, right?
Right. They don't
That's
want
what it
that.
represents. But
But
then you
that
have a
was not flashback though.
complete,
That was storytelling though. That's part of the story.
even
Yeah.
storytelling, right? And that's what I mean when they take you in different direction, right? I'm not even just talking about flashback. I'm talking about stories that are happening at the same time, and then you just dissect, right? That I was okay with because that was telling us about Joy Boy, even Zanisha. That's his name, the elephant.
Yeah. Zunisha.
Zunisha.
Yeah.
Her, he is it a girl, guy?
It's a boy now. It's a boy.
Okay, whatever.
We'll see.
Okay,
We don't.
manga readers had no idea. Manga readers had no idea. It sounds
Yeah.
like a boy. The end.
Okay,
Yeah. The
so
audio. Yeah.
even with Zanisha coming in and saying Joy Boy has returned 800 years, all that is acceptable because that's talking about Gear 5. But then you have these side quests going on that are in no way talking about Gear 5. These are just people like, it's just, I understand it's wrapping up the story, but I think it's just extra. That could be
But
avoided.
which one are you talking? I mean, the whole flashback of replaying what happened.
That thing, that chick.
Yeah, but that part,
Yuri, that's
I
part of
kind
it.
of, yeah, I would kind of disagree with that, like, kind of wholeheartedly, because you're literally saying we shouldn't talk about Hokkaido, and Wano arc, big part of it. Like she's been suffering through the whole thing, right?
Get
The
it done
daughter
beforehand,
of Arc.
right? I'm saying get it done in the
Yeah,
previous
but
episode.
she is as much of the final part of it as Luffy and Kaido fight is.
Remember,
Yeah,
this
see,
is remember, you're thinking from a One Piece fan. This is a Wano arc, and she's the
Right.
royalty of Wano.
Yeah,
This is
but
her
but
arc.
but you don't think
Yeah.
about her. You think about Gear 5.
No,
This episode
that's
is
where you're wrong.
dedicated.
That's where One
No,
Piece
no,
is
no, no,
world building. Is world building. You
no,
need to
no, no,
understand the
no.
world.
I think you might be wrong on this. This episode was dedicated to Gear
Oh
5.
yeah, no. That
The
I
next
agree. That
episode
I
is
agree.
dedicated to Gear 5. From what I've been. Okay, so let me
I mean,
ask another question. Let me ask
I
another
agree. It
question.
took away
Right?
the anxiety. It took away the thrill, the suspense, the feeling
Like
you
I
had.
want to be.
You were
I
like,
want.
yay, and then you're like, fuck.
And then you go.
I
And then you
understand,
go.
but
Yeah. And then you
that
go.
was the same
Like,
thing.
I
Okay.
don't want that.
So let me say two things. The reaction of why I say this lived up to the hype. When we read the manga, there were two sides split. Some people didn't accept Luffy as a toon. Some people didn't accept him having this ridiculous power. They're like, what the fuck? Why'd you make it Looney Tune? Why'd you make an anime Looney Tune? Until the
I just
next few
most
chapters.
play.
Yeah, but there was a
Yeah, it
lot
was
of
very
people
smart.
making those noises. Until the
Yeah.
next few episodes, people are not going to understand Luffy. They're going to show you the transition of Gear 5. It's not one time. He's still going to accept the whole thing.
I get it. And believe me when I say I've been reading mixed reviews about people not happy with the animation
It's completely right.
and not just one sided. So my next question for you guys is, which one had a bigger hype? UI, Attack on Titan, or Gear
I don't
5?
think I don't remember Ultra Instinct having that big of a hype
It
as
was
Gear
it
5.
was hype. It crashed. It crashed
I mean,
all the
Crash-
networks.
I mean,
but
is not.
Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Super has been already. I mean, Ultra Instinct cannot be that hype since Super Saiyan
was.
already has but Super Saiyan has already been done.
No, bro. UI had the hype, and I mean it had the hype. Even if you go
No,
online,
I think
I
that's
just-
because
honestly-
you're in the Dragon Ball circle. I
I'm
think
in
that's what it
and
is.
I see it in Dragon Ball community, but UI had a really big hype.
It
Like
did
when you're
have a
talking
hype,
about
but I don't know. I don't know if it's the
When did it-
same because
I
six
did-
years ago.
because the reason why I tell you this is there's going to be another level that Goku's going to reach. So you're saying
but
every time he reaches that level, we have known that Luffy is going to have the awakening for the longest time. We know that he's going to have Gear 5 because people predicted this. They were written on the story. This is not like we're just guessing and Goku randomly powers up and transforms.
No. So I think you're confusing it. I'm not saying which one was better, which one was worse. Power level wise, yeah, Goku gets his powers out of nowhere. I get that completely, right? But I think there was a lot of hype around UI. There was a lot of hype around.
I mean, there was a hype, but
There's
I
no
don't think it was
prophecy
that
though.
big.
Let's see. You have to understand. You get okay. This is why this episode is higher than a 9, and I'll tell you, it's not the animation, it's not how everything. This is the reason. What we got, the information from Gorosei, that is the most beautiful part of this episode. 1, we learned the history of the devil fruit. It is the Hito Hito no Mi Malonika, which is a mythical Zoan. So now, not only is Luffy a Zoan user, he's also a Paramecia user, because a Paramecia can make the ground object whatever awakening environment is. Zoan gets superpower, super speed, super everything. So now Luffy's 2. Another thing, he's a god. That means Joy Boy existed after Sun got Nika. That means now Luffy's considered god tier above everybody. He's the only one that's eaten a god fruit, the only mythical god fruit that ever existed. No.
As we know of.
Well, right now, yeah, I agree with that because
As of now, yes.
But 27 years later, to build up saying that they used to exist a Joyboy, they used to exist Sensga Nika, they used to be these people, and to play that and pay that tribute all the way through, you cannot say Ultra Instinct had
We're
that
not.
ever.
No, we're not.
No,
We're
no,
not
that's why I'm saying
questioning
the hype.
storytelling.
That's why I'm saying hype. The hype comes with the storytelling. Just because Goku's having another transformation doesn't mean anything. I've seen 4 of us already. I've seen Fusion, 2
Yeah,
of them.
but I
I've seen
think
Super Saiyan 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 is the greatest transformation Dragon Balls has ever done, and I can live with the fact that Super Saiyan 1 is the greatest transformation. Did Gear 5 live up to that one? No, it did not. I will give you that. Ultra Instinct, get out of here. That had no storytelling. That had no
I
feeling
think
to it.
no. I think you're confusing the two because the hype for UI was pretty big, and I'm telling you because the servers crashed, there was a day lag.
Bro,
People
Attack
couldn't
on
even get
Titan
on.
crashed the
Yeah.
server. Attack it,
Yeah.
and
And that's why I put
No, no,
Attack
wait.
on Titan 2. That's why I put Attack on Titan 2.
but
So
Servers
well,
go
there's
up.
a couple.
of-
Here's a
but-
couple things, right? Server crashing doesn't equate to the hype. It just equates to preparedness of those business as well.
It's a lot of
Like
traffic going on the server, and
right.
that's
So
how servers
the
crash.
further, yeah. So the further you go back, the less they're prepared about these,
it's an older anime.
events.
That means at that time they didn't have
Yeah.
enough servers. Then they
Yeah,
get
so
more. They
Anytime you had a new episode, it was crashing. Like literally AOT.
then they're
Remember
gonna be
season
like
4?
One Piece this big. Right now. One Piece is bigger than it was 6 years ago. One has a
Yeah,
live
way
action
bigger.
coming out. It's much
I mean,
bigger. So if Dragon
I
Ball
don't know if
Super
you guys
crashed back then,
remember.
yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if you guys remember, but like when AOT season 4, right? Every weekend was a crash.
No,
It was crashing every weekend. It didn't matter what the episode was; it crashed. And then so
There was
a
always a
lot of the
delay.
info.
Especially
it was
when it was
always some
Demon
kind-
Slayer and Attack on Titan back to back. At that
Yeah.
time, it was so much crash. Saturday
Yeah,
was
and if you-
awful.
Yeah, and I think they're getting better and better at it, dealing with all this stuff. Just because it's just way too consistent. Because whether it's Demon Slayer, JJK, all these shows are popping off, and every time it crashes, it's not good. So like, I don't think crashing is a good measure of hype. Like Sohei said, the first transformation that was, yes, that made history, right? I'm sorry, but I don't. I haven't cared about.
This is Luffy's first transformation.
Yeah.
He completely changed. It has never been
No,
done
no,
before.
I don't call this a transformation. I think
How
this is
he
just
went white?
awakening, right?
He never had a white. What? That is a transformation. He completely changed his aura. He got new fucking clouds coming out. His white hair, new eyes. He's completely a different person.
That's how the fruit was supposed to be from the beginning.
Bro, that's how Goku was when he turned Super Saiyan. Blonde hair, green eyes, aura. What are you talking? It's the fucking transformation. This is transformation 101.
And, yeah,
I don't know, man. I think
see
it's-
it.
I think it's just
I don't.
something I
When
mean,
Naruto goes Sage mode, he gets freaking different eyes and shit over here. When he goes into Kuruma's mode, he has aura, different eyes, different. Every transformation has a different look.
I feel like Gear 2 was a new transformation. Gear 3 was a new
he
transformation.
just.
Why are you
but
saying
he was
like Gear
never
5
a
is
rubber.
like just,
He was never rubber fruit. That's what you're
it's
not
just new
thinking.
transformation.
No,
That's what you gotta look at.
So look, the whole time you were thought that Luffy is a rubber fruit eater. For 27 years, everybody was in the assumption he's a paramecia fruit eater and the rubber property. It doesn't exist. The rubber property is just his body compound. His power is imagination. Is completely out of this world. It's the most ridiculous power. People keep thinking he's rubber. So Gear 2, 3, 4, it's his imagination. His fire fist, imagination. Like all the thing he's been doing is his imagination. We had no idea. This motherfucker is awakened now.
So when he
endless.
fights, is he gonna access Gear 2, Gear 3, Gear 4 now, or is he just gonna go to Gear 5?
He's just been doing Gear 5 if you want the spoiler.
No, he did get Gear 4.
When did he do
I
Gear
thought-
4?
What's
No,
the
he didn't.
point of doing Gear?
He didn't do Gear 4. No, he went to
There is a point right now.
Oh.
There is a point right now.
Maybe because of the strength.
it-
Because he cannot remember like all his gears. It takes him time to adapt. When he became Gear 3 once, he had to shrink to the tiniest form for the longest time. When he went Gear 4, he had to for 10 minutes he couldn't use hockey. So he is going to get better, and he's still learning. This is still baby steps. Like I think Gear 5 has another gear to it, if that makes sense. Like,
Well,
how
no, he just needs to master it.
yeah.
He needs to master it. Yeah. So like,
Hmm.
I think he could use Gear 2 now without any repercussion. He could just keep popping it out. It
I
wouldn't
don't
cause any
think he's
problem.
even going to use it. I don't think he's even
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
use it.
yeah, yeah. He's not. Yeah, he's not going to use those weak ones because it's so weak. But now he can use Gear 4. I think without any issue, any pushback. Like almost like how Goku and like training Gohan for Super Saiyan 2. Like you gotta stay in
Mhm.
Super Saiyan 1, like as if it's comfortable and normal. I feel like that's going to be like a Gear 4 type
To answer
situation.
your
And
question,
Gear.
there's a part in the future where he is faced with a person that would be equally powerful if Luffy was in Gear 4. But Luffy just said no, and he went straight to his top and beat his ass to the it was. So you have like Luffy now knows.
Ooh, Lucci, whatever the fuck his name is.
Sure, let's go
Lucci,
with that
whatever the
guy.
fuck.
Let's go with that guy. So Luffy, legit, Luffy bitch slapped him so bad that there's this one line in there when it's being said, like, and Moto knows this line is so
Yeah.
freaking cocky. Like, it's straight up. Luffy just drops his dick on him. It's so fucking good. And that's the magic of this anime. And this is why I tell you the hype for Gear 5 is much higher. And just like how when Naruto fully harnessed Kuruma's power, like you had many years of storytelling and eventually it paid off. But Dragon Ball, every new fucking arc is a power up.
No. I know. I'm a Dragon Ball fanboy. But I'm a One Piece fanboy too.
Yeah. I think it exceeded. My personal thing is I think it exceeded Ultra Instinct because anime right now is at the highest peak it has ever been in history.
Yeah,
I
not to
could
be
see it.
rude to Dragon Ball, but like it is a fighting anime that constantly like it's the new transformation.
Bro,
There's
you
no
should have seen
it's a fun
Japan Twitter
time.
yesterday. Japan Twitter top 5's biggest thing for 3 hours is all One Piece. All three,
Yeah,
all One Piece.
Hmm.
yeah. I wish I was
Okay.
at the France and watched it in the
Oh, the
theater. That would have
theater,
been fun
the
too.
biggest
Yeah,
theater.
that would have been that would have been pretty dope experience
Did
as
that? I
well.
don't think
mean,
that got approved.
that did.
Oh, you never got it?
No, it
I
did
thought
not
they
get
did.
approved. No, it didn't. They wanted to happen, but Crunchyroll and somebody, I think, somebody from Order
Oh,
said, they're
that
like, that we cannot do it because it's illegal to sell in big screen because they cast it too. They're like, you could have viewing parties, but they're not allowed to give like a
Viewing
digital.
parties.
Yeah, they can't give you a digital release or something. I mean, they could have done it by themselves, but it was nothing of that sort.
it's like a different licensing system.
I think my hope for next week is that they cut out all the bullshit from the side and keep it Gear 5.
I think next week you're gonna be happier. I
I
think
hope so.
starting
I
now
think this
you're
is
just
gonna be
gonna be happier. I think starting now you're just gonna be like, this is all good.
I
I
think
think
the
I want
flashback
I
does
want my
happen though.
9 to become a 10. Cut out the flashback. Cut out the garbage side stories, NPC
Well,
shit that's going on.
so here's the thing. From here, at least in the manga, it's an opinion. There's no evidence. From here and on now, I think there's been, and I feel like I'm undercounting. 10 chapters is better than what you just saw.
Okay.
And
Yeah, 10 chapters is better than we saw.
more,
Huh? If not more, right? Yeah. I
more.
mean, like, and the main reason for it is just it's not much world building anymore. It's now world clarification now. We know about there's something happened 800 years ago to what's the devil fruit. Like all these details start to get details thrown out, and the fights are happening left and right. And what's cool about this new arc, it is Oda's like, well, Straw Hats are fighting, and it's like, but we know they're gonna win, so they just go straight to the end, kind of thing, and then
Okay.
highlight the other big fight that's happening around the
It feels
world,
like the final arc. It
right?
feels like it's
Right.
closing.
So yeah,
Hmm.
every fight is like, oh, this is an important fight versus what you're seeing in one arc, which is almost like the last of the Straw Hat journey fight arcs. Now it's like coming to the conclusion arc. So I mean, you saying this now, like I see the point. Like again, like he only
I
stuff
think he has a
like
very
it
fair
dragged
point.
on to. Yeah, I think it's to be honest, like we're being more One Piece biased by saying it's 10.
I
Like
didn't give it a 10. I'm not no longer giving it a 10.
I'm giving it a 10 just for appreciation. I'm like, here's a journey of 27 years or whatever. Here's 10.
Yeah, here's my
But
take my 10. Take my 10,
yeah,
please. No.
yeah. I give it to you. Like But like again, like from here, it's just constant like excitement. It
Okay.
doesn't. You might get a couple sevens here and there, but most episodes gonna be like fucking woo,
Okay.
fire.
Good. All right.
Uh,
At
I
least
think
my
that's
opinion.
yeah, I think I'm going to give it a 9.3, and I'm going to deduce the point. It's just it was at a
but
point
what a
five. I'm taking.
random fucking rating.
I'll
Like
tell
keep
you
it at
why.
least
I'll
a
tell you why.
multiple
I'll
to
tell you why.
point
I'll tell you
five.
why. I'll
Yeah.
tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. And the point half point I took out because of the consistent framework. And a consistent repeat of the same shit we were seeing over and over again. Like One Piece needs to change. Stop showing flashbacks. We've seen 10, 2,
But here's the
1.
problem. Time out. The problem with what you're saying though is it also means that the anime will catch up to the manga. That's why they do this.
Bro, we're a year and a half away. Shut the fuck up. We have a lot of
No,
content.
we're not.
We have a
No,
lot of content.
yeah, but that's why
Let me
One
tell you
Piece
what.
dragged on like this. Unless you
Let,
want to change One Piece to seasonal.
no, 1 second. Let me tell you exactly what chapter we're on. Because I was reading this the other day. What chapter we're on right
40,
now?
40, 40 chapters. 40 chapters.
What's
About 40. Wow, so much have happened. 40, 45 chapters?
okay? This was chapter 1044.
Yeah.
So we're
And we're
45 chapters ahead.
see? I told you.
Okay.
I told you.
45 chapters is, and by the time we're gonna even catch up to 45, we'll still have more fucking chapters out. Hopefully that comes out. No, it needs to, like, it cannot repeat. What it does is,
An episode ago.
But
yes,
What the fuck, man? Come
that's
on.
horrible.
No.
That's horrible.
I get it. But then
Honestly
One
speaking,
Piece
we're
should need to
watching.
go
Yeah, we're
seasonal.
watching. But that's the thing.
Okay,
Honestly speaking,
okay, then it doesn't deserve a 10. If that's the excuse, it doesn't deserve a 10.
yeah, because think about it this way: we're
Don't find
watching about
excuses.
12 minutes of episode. That's about it. Because you have flashback, then you have the fucking biggest theme song
That's why it
ever
falls short.
created.
That's why you fall short,
And,
because it's basically taking away the excitement, which it did.
Guys, you know what?
all right.
This is why. No.
9.35. My rating is 9.00110012, whatever.
Perfect.
Fucking who gives
You know,
9.3? Are you fucking out of your mind?
Okay.
I had to give it.
Point one taken
Yeah.
out. Point one taken out. Minor details. Point one taken out because now I realize the ending song takes away 2 minutes, and now that they put it there, that's 2 minutes of One Piece gone.
Hey, you know what you guys are telling me? You guys want One Piece Kai. You're agreeing to my point for the past.
It starts
ever
August
since
31st on Netflix.
No.
Yep.
No.
We are
One Piece
getting One Piece guy. Thank you.
That is One Piece Kai. Yeah, you got
Let's
your wish,
go.
Moto. Let's go. One Piece Kai. Moto approved.
All right, I think we have our rating. I'm excited for the next week's episode.
Oh, next week better be a fucking 10, bro. Next week, yo, drop your dick as much as you want, Luffy.
Make it 10.
There's a flashback. Isn't it flashback next episode?
Stop it.
Go
Stop
fuck
it.
yourself,
Stop
yo. I swear to
I'm,
God.
I'm,
No,
I'm
there's
being honest.
There's no flashback. We're getting 72.
Yeah, it's flashback.
No.
There's a flashback in there.
No.
Yeah.
Yo, I hate Moto so much right now.
Stop,
I hate Moto so much
fucking
right
around,
now.
bro.
I hate Moto so much right now. Let me tell you what it is. I'll tell you what it is right now. Yeah, let's find this. Let's find this.
No,
shit.
we saw the preview.
We saw the preview. Yeah, we did. Moto's making shit up right now.
So you saw the preview last time. You didn't think there was going to be flashback. You saw flashback this time.
Oh, you mean the flashbacks in the episode? Yeah, you know what, Moto? I don't even doubt you, bro. I don't even doubt you. Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, there is one. So just so you guys know, there is one more flashback, right? For sure.
Brief, very brief. Oh fuck! Anime is 5 minutes easily.
Yes. Brief review 5 minutes.
Fuck yeah, it's definitely. All right, you know what? I think we could. It's fair to say it was a great chapter. It was a great episode.
It was a good episode.
Yeah.
It wasn't peak as it could be. I think they can definitely take much
Work
more layers.
to be done. There's work to be done. They could fix it. They need to take these random shit out.
They're not gonna fix it. This is why One Piece is not top anime for me, guys. So like,
I agree. One Piece cannot be top anime, is because
yeah,
it's more so
it's
a
just
drama. It's drama. It's a dramatic.
no. It's the same thing with Naruto. Naruto manga is top 10 without a
But
doubt.
you know
One Piece
Naruto
manga
fillers,
is
but you
without.
knew what Naruto fillers are. With One Piece, you cannot
Yeah,
tell the difference when the filler starts and when it
yeah.
ends.
So that's the thing. Like, both of those shows have to fix that in a remake,
That's why we're
and
getting a
both of those,
Kai on August
yeah.
31st on Netflix. It's a live
What? It's never
action.
the same story. It's never the same
It is the
story,
same
It
man.
is a
story. Stop
Kai.
hating
It
and
is
just
a
cut off.
Kai.
They changed it so much
But you
already.
wanted a
I'm like,
Kai, bro.
holy
But
fuck.
that's what Kai
We're good.
is.
We got what guys? One Piece guy coming out August 31st. Please look it up on Netflix.
I think if we
One
do
comment.
combination rating of this episode, a 9, a 9.3, and a 10, I think a 9.5
There's
is a
no
fair.
such thing as fucking 9.3.
I
You
just
cannot
fucking
just
gave it
make number.
9.3.
Okay,
9.3
I'm
out
giving
of
it
10.
well. I'm taking my rating. I'm giving it a 9.025. Take that, bitch.
That's still,
9.3.
9.025. All right, so okay.
bro.
So
That's still better.
huh?
That's still better than 9.3.
Okay, so the whole
On
rating is a 9.5.25. Okay? Like, I don't care. Whatever the fucking rating is. Go ahead, Moto. What are you going to say?
Man, you made me forget what I was gonna say. Oh, if there was a live action to watch, it's not One Piece live action.
Kingdom.
it
August
is One
31st.
Piece.
Kingdom.
Moto's
He's
It's
just
talking
a
called
about Kingdom.
biased
Kingdom
Kingdom.
bitch.
Kingdom.
He's
One
a
Kingdom.
and
hater
Kingdom 2.
And the
That's
Kingdom 2
it.
is out
Kingdom
too.
Is it
in
out?
Japan.
In Japan.
Not on
Oh
Netflix.
fuck! Oh,
Yeah, what kind
I
of
was,
Japanese are you, bro? How do you not know this? It came out July 25th.
28.
well, I want to see it. Well, I'm
28th.
in the United States. What the fuck are you supposed to do?
Boo!
July 28th.
Boo!
Boo!
Ooh. All right, man. That's it.
All right, we're good with One Piece. We cannot wait for 72. I hope it lives up to the hype. We're all waiting for it. It deserves to have a 10, but only when it deserves it. Well, only when it achieves it and earns it. Right now,
Yep.
it didn't.
Peace out.
Peace out. Like and subscribe.
Gum Gum Pistol.
We got 'em watching like Netflix. We're like the freshmen.